have so much to say, but in the least most simple way, I love you.
Today has definitely been one of the most busiest days this year. I wasn't going to make a video, but this week's theme is gear. And I'm already running behind schedule to sorting out all of this stuff. But today, I want to answer your questions about gear. I have too much of it. But before we begin, I want to make it extremely clear, gear does not matter, and pretty much everything that I own, I have bought with my money or got as gifts. For example, this ball head right here, I bought with the money that my brother gave me for my birthday. And this tripod that I'm using right here is something that I bought with my very own cash that I earned from doing YouTube. And the only thing that I didn't buy from my gear cabinet are the 3 lenses and this pan head right there. And before I get all the criticism about me showing off equipment, I pretty much worked every single day from the age of 6 years old doing theatre performances. I currently have 2 part-time jobs and a full-time job. That is how I earn my money. And yes, I don't earn hundreds from YouTube every single day, but I do earn enough to buy things like this tripod. So with all of that out of the way, let's jump straight into today's Q&A. What is your main camera? My main camera that I've been using pretty much every single day this year was the Canon 760D. I advise you peeps to never get it. It is awful with the autofocus and it does not do slow motion. Why do you always carry the G7X with you? Because I can, and I don't mean that in any sarcastic ways. It is small, it's compact, and the quality is pretty amazing, apart from the audio. But the main reason I use it is as a backup camera for my main camera, just in case my main camera dies when I'm outside. Would you rather vlog on the G7X or your big camera? I prefer the G7X for vlogging. The reason that I use the big camera is because I can use it. I have it, so I might as well use it. What GorillaPod should I get? Well, let me talk about the 3 types of GorillaPods that I use. Little baby GorillaPod, medium-sized plastic GorillaPod, and full-on aluminium plasticky tripod that is really, really heavy. In my opinion, never get this little bit of junk. It is awful, and I do not recommend it to anyone, no matter the size of your camera. The medium plasticky one is fairly good, but it does wear really easily over time. Do you see how easy I can move this leg? That is not good quality. But if you're using a little camera like the G7X, this should be fine. And if you're using a little phone like this, then this would be perfect for it. However, when it comes to the big aluminium one, I would say it is pretty much good for everything. The difference between the plasticky one and the aluminium one is that this wears away over time and it usually breaks after a year of every single day usage, even with a little camera or a phone. The thing about the big aluminium one is the way that it's made and the structure of it means that no matter how much you use it with a little camera or a phone, this will never fall over, even if it is pretty much broken. Am I making any sense whatsoever? Let's go on to the next question. What is the best budget small camera? I personally would say the Canon S120 is at the bottom of the best camera little camera list. But then again, it's not that budget, so get the S100 or the S10. But really, when you're looking for the best, it really depends what you're using it for. The G7X is definitely not good for underwater shooting. What is the fluffy part on your camera? I guess you're talking about this fluffy thing, which I also have on this camera right here. The fluffy part is called a dead cat, and I use it to stop the wind from affecting the audio. What lens do you use for the big camera? I use 3 of them. A 55 to 250 millimeters. This is how I get fancy time lapses of the moon and crowds and things like that. An 18 to 55 millimeter lens. I pretty much use this for like more of like main channel stuff. And a 10 to 18. I use this lens pretty much for all of the vlogging stuff. You know, when I'm talking to the camera a bit like this shot? Who inspired you to start daily vlogging? And it wasn't Casey Neistat, it was in fact Pointless Blog. What software do you edit with? I use this one right here, Adobe Premiere Elements 14, and I 100% recommend it if you want to invest a little bit of money into startup editing. Would you rather edit on a laptop or a desktop? Desktop, desktop, desktop. I don't know why, but it's just better. Where do you find your music? The majority of my music comes from my SoundCloud. If you want to check it out, the link is down below. I also use a company called Epidemic Sounds. Why do you only have bold font clocks? Do you mean like this one? They just look good on camera, really. What are the big light thingies called? Are you talking about this thing? They're called softboxes, and they work really, really well for video stuff. But I don't just use them for my videos, I also use them for when I'm doing promotional stuff, like photo shoots for companies. If you didn't know, I also do that for a living. What microphone do you use and why? Well, I use the Rode Video Mic Pro, not the Plus, just the normal one. I use it to get good audio for my videos when I use a big camera. That's pretty much all I use it for. And finally, why didn't you film in 4K? My internet is awful. I couldn't upload in 4K anyway, but 4K cameras are also a little bit too overpriced currently, so there's like multiple reasons why I don't film in 4K, but mostly because my Wi-Fi is shocking. But anyway, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you have enjoyed, but I hope that answers the majority of your gear-related questions for 2017. But thank you so much for watching, and remember as always to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you peeps in the next video. And on that note, goodbye.
Bye bye, see you